Hello and welcome to the Rei Sportscar Championship Season 6, and here we are at the Circuit de la Sarthe. This is a 28 lap race. It's a bit of an endurance race, and we are in the 2016 Group 2 vehicles. So this is a reverse grid of the championship standings, and as it's the final round, the championship is up for play, but we'll get round to that later. So starting on pole position is our driver from the Bahamas, Noki TM77. In second place is Cybershrike, and then in third place is Tyler. Fourth place is Scannyflick, and then in fifth place with a very neon themed livery is Alex Sinclair. Now it's neon themed because that is the theme of this week, so many of these drivers have very colourful liveries. Sammy in sixth with his Falcon livery, with Stefan Notbeloff in seventh. In eighth place is the sort of retro wave themed car of Brothers V, and then in ninth place is Sig Rosanico. Now regarding these two are the championship contenders. There's a few points separating them, but if Brothers V wins and Sig has a poor race, Brothers V may take the title at the final round. Rounding out the field is newcomer to the Rei Sportscar Championship, Super 4, otherwise known as Marco. This is his first event, although he is a very quick driver and is starting at the back, so we'll see how he does. So as we start this race, one important thing is there is no ballast, and also I'm going to welcome our special guest for this, Mr. Mako.
Hello everybody, I too welcome everybody, and let's see how this interesting race goes. As far as I know, this is going to be a 28 lap race, so it's going to take about 1 hour and 40 minutes, and off we go into T1.
Yeah, further behind, I think Stefan Notbeloff had a really poor start there with the rolling start, but here in the first chicane, it's pretty clean so far with Noki, Cyber and Tyler going through as Cyber really loses the rear of the car, but stays in second for now.
Yeah, well, no biggies at the start, everything... Oh, I think the third place, who is...
It's Tyler.
Tyler is trying to overtake Cyber.
Oh, they're on board. Oh, big contact.
Ooh!
Cyber ended up on the wall.
Oh, yeah, and he's lost 4 positions now. That's a disastrous start for Cyber.
It's a real shame for him as he saw Tyler was looking down the inside and there ended up being no room, but someone who benefited from that is Scannyflick the Brit, now in third, but stays behind Tyler for now. Yeah,
he tried a brave move. He tried to go for the outside, but that didn't work out. But there's Cyber's in the wall.
Let's just catch a replay of that. So we'll go on board with him. Maybe he's just clipped that middle curb too hard. It can unsettle the car. As we go through the first part, everything seems fine. Oh, he's got out on the outside.
Yeah, it's very slippery there, and he basically lost it. He's back to 10th position now. Yes. Meanwhile, I think Supra4, Marco, is challenging Sig. He's in the slipstream. They are both in the Honda NSXs.
Yeah, now the Honda NSX...
This is going to be very close.
The Honda NSX, I do believe, slightly struggles on the straights, but with them both being in the same car, there's nothing for them to complain about. But further ahead, we've actually had a change. So Scannyflick has lost out. He's down to 4th place because Sammy must have made a great move. Let's just catch that on another replay. Oh, look at these slipstream battles as we reach almost 185 miles per hour.
That's a very clean move, indeed.
Yeah, he threaded the needle there, because any later he would have rammed straight into the back of his fellow American, Tyler. But the opportunity is there for Scannyflick now to go into the hairpin. This is another incredibly long straight.
Sammy's trying to defend. Scanny is on the outside. He's not going to be close enough. I think he went fairly wide there. And yes, Alex is on the inside. They are side by side as they go in for another straight run. Yeah, so Alex is now ahead.
Yeah, so Alex is now ahead as we approach Indianapolis, and also we're going to go side by side with our championship rivals, 7th and 8th place. Brothers V is on the outside, Sigras and Nico on the inside. Now this is a very, very difficult corner. It's a sort of a full throttle corner into a very tight left, and Brothers V has to back out of it. That is a very brave move by Sigras and Nico. Oh, and that's Noki off from the lead of this race. Oh, and
Cyber is off as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Disastrous start for both of them. Yeah, they were starting first and second with the reverse grid, but they're now down to 9th and 10th. Meanwhile, Sig and Bradders are still very close on track.
Yeah, the Americans have a comfortable lead now, as they have, I think, well, at least a second ahead of 3rd place Alex Sinclair.
Yeah, we can see that Supra there was getting very, very loose, but if we just go back towards the front, how are things? It's pretty close here, actually.
Ooh, Semi is very close now. Yes.
Down into the four chicanes.
Slipstream he goes. Okay, he waits. He doesn't die. Ooh. He lost the rear there. And very nice. He managed to save that pretty well. He lost the rear 2 times. And now, this is a great opportunity for Alex. What happened to Semi?
Well, we've got a rule here for this race, which is if you receive a time penalty, you must take it at the end, well, before the end of the lap. Because he got penalties for cutting the Ford chicanes.
Yeah.
It means
that was disastrous for Semi. Yeah, he lost 4 position there. So
there's another disaster happening.
6.
There's another disaster happening. Bradders V in 8th has lost out to Super 4, and Super 4's now overtaking Samios. Meanwhile, Brothers V's championship rival is in 4th place.
Yes, and he's trying to overtake Scanny. He's in the slipstream, but as you said, the Honda is slightly slower in terms of top speed as the Nissan GTR.
Now, one important thing about the tyre strategy is that all drivers have 2 soft sets available, but that's it. They do not have any more than 2. They don't have to use both, but the soft tyres are available, but only 2 sets. Meanwhile, the medium are available for an unlimited amount, and the hard tyres are available as well for an unlimited amount of time. So we'll see if anyone uses the hards.
Yeah, meanwhile, just look at it. It's great racing going on, Brad. These 4 are really close together now. And there's side-by-side action as Sig is trying to overtake Scanny, but he backed out of it.
Oh,
probably a smart decision,
wide.
And Scanny is wide! Yes! Stefan is very close now to Sig as well. He's in the slipstream. And Sig is side-by-side with Scanny. 3 wide there, 3 wide going into the chicane, or I mean the turn. And yes, Stefan has a penalty, so he's going to have to slow down, but temporarily he's in 3rd position. That is an amazing move by Stefan. He gained 2 position there.
Yeah, that was fantastic usage of the slipstream there in that Nissan GTR. Scanny's down to 5th and now has Super 4 down the inside, who's actually slightly bumping his Italian friend if we just go to him. We're now going towards Indianapolis, and Scanny doesn't want to be on the outside here. They go 3 wide, they're going 3 wide, no.
Oh, Scanny slightly clipped the grass, but he managed to hold it together, and I think that was Sig. Yes, it was Sig who went a bit wider as well and clipped the gravel, but he is also fine now. A Super 4 is putting quite a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, now we can see a lot of these drivers have started on the medium compound, so hopefully for these drivers they'll use the soft tyres later on in the race. Now they can double stint their softs. Oh, and we got an overtake. Brothers V on the inside. Scanny and Super 4's gone wide. Brothers V therefore on the inside, but Brothers V cannot gain 2 positions. He only gains the 1.
Was there contact? Do you think there was contact?
We will check it out. We'll go on board therefore with one of our championship rivals.
Yeah, Super 4 Marco is losing his penalty.
It doesn't look like there was contact. I don't think there was contact.
That was a beautiful comeback by Marco. He did an amazing job there. He managed to keep his position from Brad SV.
Meanwhile, there on the exit of the Porsche curves, on the entrance of the Porsche curves, Scani drops down to 8th, and then just quickly we'll just look there with Noki in 9th on softs, Cyber down in 10th on mediums. But back up front, we've got Tyler pulling away on one of his set of softs. And Alex is actually going very quickly and has the fastest lap of the race, but not for long, with Stefan and Super4 beating that lap time. Now there are, I think, 2 points for fastest lap for this race.
The closest battle on track is now probably between the two championship leaders, Sig and Brada. They are quite close now, as we can see. We're on board with Brad.
Yes, they've just gone through the Dunlop bridge, and Matty Sig not getting that good of an exit. And now onto the Mulsanne. This is a perfect opportunity for the Brit. Sig was the one who got through the pack quicker, but Bradas V has held on and might be able to follow Sig through for the remaining few laps, before the pit stops anyway.
We are watching Super4 meanwhile, who is trying to catch up to Stefan. He scares from the inside, he manages to keep it clean. This is amazing stuff right there. There's very slight side-by-side contact, and Super4 is behind Stefan. Stefan managed to, to hold him behind, which is an amazing defense, as Super4 is definitely a big surprise. If you just remember, he started from last position, and now he's challenging for podium position.
And that's Bradas V on the inside into the second of the two chicanes on the Mulsanne straight. The chicanes that were added quite a few years ago to sort of slow down the cars. But that is Bradas V ahead of Sig, but that is currently not championship winning position. Bradas V really needs to win this race to have any chance of taking his third Rei Sportscar Championship win. Oh, down the inside of Super4? No, surely not. No, I think Super4's just been...
How about the exit?
Oh, sorry, we've missed out on a big error, because look who's down in 8th place.
Alex from 2nd place, what happened to him?
He's just gone over the white lines, and then when you clip that white line, he ended up just on the outside, and there's sort of marbles, there's less grip on the outside. We saw Cyberstrike end up in the wall with some of that tarmac on the outside of the white lines, and that's cost Alex big time on lap 3 of this 28 lap race.
Yeah, but there's, well, still a lot to go, so he might manage to regain a few positions.
And Bradas V into 3rd there, ahead of now 2 Italians. So
yeah, he managed to get out of the Italian sandwich.
Yeah, now one crucial thing for this race is, as it's the final round, there is no ballast affecting these cars. In previous rounds, some drivers, including Bradas and Sig, have had up to 5% of power and weight balance. But here, even without ballast, thanks to the sort of brilliant sort of long straights, the sweeping corners, it's actually still pretty close, at least throughout the top 8.
Marco is now looking.
Oh, we got a race leader! Race leader's in the wall!
Tyler is off! Tyler is off!
Let's catch a Wolf Cola sponsored replay here for the final round of season 6, and he's gone very wide on the entry.
Oh, well, that's very sad to see. He's done such an excellent job so far. He managed to not only lead the race, but to get some get a good lead ahead of the 2nd place, who was Alex, but who went wide as well. And therefore now it's, I think, Stefan? Yeah, Stefan is leading Marco. Wasn't he behind Brad? Oh yeah, he's on the inside, he's trying hard. And yeah, I think Brad just backed off. He didn't want to get any contact. That was definitely a smart move by him. Now,
one thing we're going to check is some of the tyres. So Stefan is leading, he's on fresh soft tyres. However, because he's on soft now, unless he can make 2 sets of softs last 28 laps, he will have to use mediums or hards later on. But Supra, Sig, Bradders, they're on mediums. They're going to go onto the faster compound later on in this race. Wait, what's happened here?
Bradders is down to 4th.
So yeah, sorry, maybe we did show this, but I just did not catch it. But Sig there, going into 3rd, and I think I know what this is. So, fuel is playing a big factor here today at Circuit de la Sarthe, with it being such a long race. Some people are trying to save fuel to do an extra lap on their stints. Now, if you don't fuel save at all, you're looking, I think, at 4 laps, or maybe 5 laps. Yeah, I think it's 5 laps if you don't do any fuel saving. But with fuel saving, you can get 6 laps, so maybe that is what Brothers V is trying to do.
Yeah, he's definitely looking to do 1 extra lap compared to Sig.
Yeah, well, although, if we just look at the fuel near the bottom, they're actually pretty similar. They're both below 50%. Super 4 has slightly less than Sig, and Stefan seems to have some of the sort of lowest fuel of them all, as he is being hounded here by one of the Italians, and Brothers V back into 3rd. Brothers V, they're back into 3rd there with the slipstreaming, plus I think Sig was slowing down for running wide at the previous turn at Tetra Rouge. Sammy there in 5th is just on the back of this, but we're going to go to the race lead because this is very crucial for Stefan and Supra. Now, this might be Supra's first event, but he is pulling no punches. He really wants to win here on his debut. Goes down the inside into the second chicane. That is a clean move there from the Italian.
Very clean.
And he takes the lead after starting 10th place.
Yeah, he managed to get ahead of basically everybody within 3.5 laps. Absolutely remarkable.
Yeah,
and Sammy, I think Sammy is in a good position, considering the fact that he went wide. Oh no, he had to spend his... Yeah, okay, he had a penalty in a very unfortunate position, but he's now back straight... Yeah, so he's back just behind Sig.
Yeah,
and now he's in the slipstream.
Alex Sinclair there getting into 6th place, but further up front we got more side-by-side racing, so we thought that Supra had the lead sorted. We thought that he was going to clear off, but thanks to the slipstream and with Stefan's soft tyres and quite a lot of skill, he's regained that lead here as we go through the Indianapolis and Arnage turns, which they will just approach to now. So Arnage here, it's a very difficult turn. A lot of these riders taking it in 1st gear, but some others are choosing 2nd just for the increased traction. And
Sammy is side by side with Sig. Look at that.
He is. That's a great run out of the corner. And he moves into 4th place.
Bradders is now in a very comfortable position because he tries to save fuel and he's not challenged by anybody, so he can do what he wants. He has the space both in front and behind him, so he can definitely manage to do 6th lap with 1 tank of fuel. If he's looking forward, or if he's looking to do that, which I'm not sure of just yet.
Yeah, okay, it's a long race.
Well, yeah, it is. Okay, Marco. Ooh, he went a bit wide, but no serious time loss. Meanwhile, I think Brad is catching them.
Oh, sorry. 38.0 compared to, well, Supra's only doing he's only half a second quicker, and it seems like Stefan's actually quicker as well.
So no. Okay.
Oh, Sammy's off the track.
But Sig also lost the rear. What happened there? It's just... Oh, yeah, okay.
Seemed as if
the two
Sammy
were not related.
Yeah, it seemed like Sammy just braked a little bit too late. He keeps the position for now as they go towards the Mulsanne straight, but Sig is right on the back.
Yeah,
Sig's on the grass. He's on the grass. He will get horrendous dirty tyres there, but he manages to keep it on track for Tetra Rouge, where he did go off the track earlier. Now, we're just going to quickly go further back. Alex Sinclair, after his earlier mistake, is setting pretty good lap times on his mediums. He's in 6th. Scanny he's in 7th on mediums. And then Tyler's in 8th after he lost the lead. Cyber's up to 9th because Noki, who I believe was in 9th, has just pitted off. He may stay on softs. Because a lot of these drivers may double or even triple stint their soft tyres on 1 tank of fuel. Yet again, they're battling
This is very
here.
close racing. Yeah.
And they're bum drafting slightly. So, Super 4 deciding not to go for the move and instead is going to push Stefan along and make it harder for the likes of Bradders, Sammy and Sig to actually close up on them.
Let's just check the fuel of the first 5, shall we?
Yeah, so let's actually start with 5th place, Sigres and Eco. That's about 25% of fuel.
Yep.
Sammy is just a little bit below. Bradders around the same as Sig on about 25. Stefan about the same as Sammy. And Super 4 sort of in the middle. Yeah, about 23% I believe. So actually it's pretty similar between these. However, some may have to save more fuel if they're going for a 6-lap first stint. And what we've missed there is Super 4 overtaking Stefan Notbeloff with the slipstream, but Stefan Notbeloff coming back with his slipstream, and he makes a brave move into that very fast right turn, but he misses his braking point.
Ooh, side-by-side contact. Yeah, they're fine though.
Oh, and this is just going to slow them up as Super 4 almost ends up off track, but that was good racing between them.
Yes, and as we can see in the background, Bradders is almost within slipstream distance now. Just a few tenths missing. Okay. These 5 have a big gap between them and the 6th place Alex Sinclair. Whoa, they are quite close with Scanny, and Alex is losing his penalty, which might give Scanny an opportunity to try a move.
Yeah, no, it seemed like Alex and Scanny were also trying to save a bit of fuel. Maybe they're going for a 6-lap stint, but as we go to the end of lap 5, and Stefan, I think, has entered the pit lane. Yes, he has had Bradders. That is surprising, because Bradders was saving a bit of fuel. We can see the fuel levels there. Stefan, 13% of fuel. Yeah, you definitely can't do another lap on that. But Bradders V possibly could have done another lap.
Yes, with strong fuel saving, I think he would have been able to do another extra lap.
Yeah, maybe Bradders V wants to go onto the soft tyres early and try and pull away from the likes of Sig, his championship rival. So here we can see this long pit stop here for the black and purple car because of how much fuel is imaginary being added.
Okay, do you think that it's possible for Brads to do 23 laps and 2 sets of soft tires?
Yes.
Oh, so he's definitely looking to do that. Okay.
I think so. I think that might be the last time that Bradders V uses mediums. When he's onto the softs now for his first set of softs, he has come out behind Stefan. He's filled up to around 95%. Sammy, who pitted, he's now on mediums. He filled up to 100%. Cyberstrike just crossing line. He's trying to do a 6th lap. And then we got Tyler. He's on a fresh set of softs and he's fully filled up and rejoins there. Noki down in 10th, coming through the Porsche curves. Well, where's Stefan? We didn't check out his fuel and tyres. Well, if we see
it was definitely fuel.
Yeah, he's filled up heavily, but he's on the same tyres. He's going to try and double stint his softs, maybe do around a 10-lap stint, maybe even 11. But if he does 11, he has to save a bit more fuel to do 6 more laps rather than the 5 laps he has done at the start. Oh, more content! What is it with these two today? It's in the same place as well. Let's just catch a replay. And and Tyler goes very wide. He'll get a time penalty for that. And then, Cyber doesn't see him. I don't think Cyber's trying to go towards the left-hand side of the road, as this is actually a street circuit. At least it's this section. But yeah. Cyber was trying to pull into the slipstream and just made a slight misjudgment, but Tyler is in 8th place.
Yeah, and that was actually a spectacular move by Tyler. Okay, he extended the track limits, but he did get a very good run on the outside.
He certainly did. Now I'm going to get your attention towards the fuel for these two drivers.
They're very, very low.
Yeah, they're both low, but Super 4 is especially low. He's still got about 6 or 7 turns to do and a couple of long straights. He is the fastest person on track.
It's going to be very close.
Yeah, he's the fastest person on track, but with Stefan and Bradders already making their pit stops, Super 4 may find himself behind them.
He's got what, like 5% of fuel left at most?
Yeah, we shall see. It's only a few more corners to go until the pit lane. Now, this is where he earlier lost out to... He's run out of fuel!
Oh!
He's coasting.
To be able to make it into the pits?
He's coasting. He's at 100 miles per hour, and Sig here at 150 miles per hour, 50% higher speed. Oh, big incident!
Oh! Oh my god! Super 4 is off!
He is, and because he's got no fuel, he's lost all of his momentum. It's going to take him ages to get back to the pit lane now. He has no fuel. He's running on, I don't know, fake hybrid power, let's say. Our race leader with just 1% of fuel after hitting his fellow Italian there. Scani in second enters the pits. Alex in third, and there's Super 4. Super 4 still not into the pits.
Ah, mamma mia. That is not good news for him. I think he's losing about at least half of a minute here.
Oh yeah, it's already at 4 minutes, and it's going to be about 4:15 once he actually finally enters the pit lane. Stefan, therefore, will probably inherit the lead for now. It might be close to Sig, Rez and Nico, though.
Yes, and this is good news for Brad. Because I think Sig lost a few seconds there as well by hitting Marco in the back.
Well, he's exited the pits now, and that's about 7 seconds between them. Yeah, it's probably about 7, maybe even 10 seconds. He rejoins just ahead of Sammy.
He's on fresh soft tyres though.
He is, so maybe Sig and Bradders are doing a similar strategy, but Bradders trying to do 1 lap longer on the softs, but that means he has to save more fuel later on in the race. Meanwhile, Sig has saved that fuel in the first part of the race. Meanwhile, our race leader is being caught up by Bradders because Stefan is double stinting his tyres, meanwhile Bradders is on fresh tyres.
Well, this has been a joyful race so far. Plenty of things happened. Well, quite a handful of accidents as well. But Alex is back into 5th position, which shows that even though you make a big mistake, it doesn't mean that your race is over. And the side-by-side action, Brad and Stefan. Stefan is now in the slipstream. But I don't think he's going to be close enough to try to make a move. No, Brad takes the lead. And he's now... Well, I think...
It's very close in the championship. Now, I believe currently, if Bradders wins...
There's a mistake, isn't there? I'm sorry, is there not a mistake a bit further back? Okay, I might have... Okay, I might be wrong. I just saw on the map some cars facing the wrong direction, but... Okay. Ooh, Stefan is off. Stefan went wide there.
Oh, there's a lot of cones on the track, but
second.
in regards to the championship, if Bradders V can win this race and get the fastest lap, I think he would be tied on points with Sig. At least how it stands. If Sig can finish second, Sig 100% has this championship sewn up, no matter a fastest lap.
And what if they are tied on points? What decides between them?
If they are tied on points, Sig will win the championship. He's leading into this round, and that is what is crucial. Brothers has to overtake Sig in the standings, not just tie.
Well, there's not much he can do. I mean, he's leading the race, and he's definitely doing everything he can. It's all up to Semi or Alex or Scanny or Tyler or Super 4 to overtake Sig and to rob a few points.
Yeah, now after Super 4's incredible mistake with the fuel, he lost at least 30 seconds and is down in 8th place behind Tyler. However, as we approach the end of lap 7, I am sorry to say this is the end of our coverage here for this 28 lap endurance race. But there has been plenty of action just in this first stint, and we hope you have enjoyed it. And it is bye from me.
And bye from me as well.